vroom as nicely as possible. That's my job.
You might think the sound of the engine is just a byproduct of the moving mechanical parts, but it's actually been designed by an engineer.
If you've paid extra money for a sports car, you really want to have something that's going to make the hairs on the back of your neck stand up, a bit more vroom vroom.
And when it comes to how a car should sound, this man is obsessed.
This is the Ricardo car park. We're going to have a look around, see what cars we can see. That's a Japanese car. That's probably pretty quiet, I should think, that one. BMW, that'll be tuned up for the American market a little bit more rumbly. That's a Lotus Esprit, isn't it? I think they're a turbo engine. And yeah, they're pretty much a high-speed European-style screamer, that one. And they're all four-cylinder cars, and they're all a bit dull. British people definitely like a bit more exhaust sound coming out of their car. I guess it's kind of throwback to sort of motor racing history that we've got in this country. Yeah, Americans tend to like more of a burbly V8 sound. Italian cars tend to be a bit kind of shiny, pointy-shoed, you know, and a bit girly sometimes, but they kind of squeal beautifully, I think that's what Italian cars do. Japanese don't seem to care about the sound of their cars, so they're quite happy to have something that's just quiet and innocuous. I mean, there's a Honda there, but maybe they're too polite to have a raunchy car sound. That's what it is. We did a study that showed that sound made up basically half of the feeling of sportiness. You know? So part of it is the feeling of acceleration being pushed back into the chair, but the other part is the oral onslaught you get coming to your ears from the engine.
McLaren's brief was concise.
They wanted it to sound really extreme as a sports car, in fact. So first part of the work we did actually was to try and find out what that meant. So we got here the sort of the most boring sounds. So McLaren thought this one was dull, normal and weak, no character, like a Kylie Minogue pop tune, you know. And then this one is the kind of Kanye West, very well produced, smooth, precise, pleasant. I quite like that one. Whereas this one is a bit more extreme, you know, a bit more rough around the edges, a bit of a dizzy rascal, that one. Welcome to the least echoey room in the world. Basically, these wedges are made out of absorbent foam, and they actually absorb the sound. But because of the shape of the wedges, as the sound comes in, it bounces further into the cracks. So it also hits the foam multiple times and never comes out again. That's the idea. Which is the same effect as you would get if you're outside on an open field, where the sound just travels away and there's nothing to reflect it back again towards you. And that's why it sounds a bit strange. So this is our workhorse car, which we've been using for the development of the sound of the car. The business end is at the back, of course.
The 12C has a relatively small 3.8 litre